So in example 5, we want to find the centroid of the region that's bounded by 3 minus x to the fourth and 4 minus 2x squared. So the 4 minus 2x squared is here. So that's y equals 4 minus 2x squared. And then down below here is our y equals 3 minus x to the fourth. And we can tell that because here if x equals 0, your y-intercept is 4, that's at 4. Here if x equals 0, y is equal 3, that's right there. So we want to find the centroid then of that region there. And notice that we have some symmetry for this region. The y-axis right here is a line of symmetry. The y-axis has equation x equals 0. So right here, x equals 0. So we notice here that x equals 0 is a line of symmetry for the region. And that tells us right away that x bar equals 0. So we only have to do one integral here. We have to find y bar. So let's go ahead and bring in our equation for the y-coordinate of the center of gravity here when you've got region between two graphs. So remember that looks like this. 1 over the area times the integral from a to b 1/2 f of x squared minus g of x squared. So we first have to find that area between the graphs of the function. So let's go ahead and do that. So our area here is going to be the integral. Well, we actually can find half the area, right? And then we can double it. So we can find the integral from 0, and it looks like the intersection point out here is at 1. And the way that you can double check that is by setting these guys equal to each other. So if you set 3 minus x to the fourth equal to 4 minus 2x squared, bring everything over on the right hand side. So you get 0 equals positive x to the fourth minus 2x squared. And then we've got a positive 4. 3 comes over as a negative plus 1. And then notice here that this right hand side factors x squared and x squared make the x to the fourth. And we want factors of 1 that add up to negative 2, so minus 1, minus 1. So we can see here x squared minus 1 is equal to 0. So that means that x squared is equal to 1. So your x is going to equal plus or minus 1. And we can see our 1 here and our negative 1 here. So we can integrate from 0 to 1. Let's bring this down a little. 0 to 1, and then we will double it, and then f of x minus g of x. So top minus bottom, so this will be 4 minus 2x squared, and then minus our 3 minus x to the fourth dx. And that's going to equal 2 integral 0 to 1. And again, we're going to have a positive x to the fourth and a negative 3. So this is the same subtraction that we did here when we brought things over on the right-hand side. So x to the fourth minus 2x, oh, that should be a square right there, minus 2x squared plus 1. dx. This is just a polynomial. We know how to integrate. So we'll have a 2, and then this will be x to the fifth over 5 minus 2x cubed over 3, and then plus x. And we are evaluating from 0 to 1. So 0 is not going to contribute anything. If you plug in a 1, you get 1/5 minus 2/3 plus 1. So this will equal 2 times 1/5 minus 2/3 and plus 1. And if we plug that into the calculator, you will get 16/15. So now we're ready to start working on y bar here. So this is going to be the reciprocal of the area, so that'll be 15/16. And then we are going to integrate. We'll integrate, we're doing the whole area here, so the y bar for the whole area. So we'll integrate -1 to 1. We don't want to do the half and double it here. And then we're going to have a 1/2. And then f of x squared, so that's the top function squared. So that's 4 minus 2x squared minus the bottom function squared. So that's the 3 minus x to the 4th squared and dx. So the 1/2 we can bring out in front times the 15/32, or times the 15/16, we'll get 15/32. And then we are going to integrate from -1 to 1. And let me go ahead and multiply this out and simplify it, and we'll plug that answer in here. So let's give ourselves a little bit more room. So my 4 minus 2x squared times 4 minus 2x squared, and then minus 3 minus x to the 4th times 3 minus x to the 4th. So first terms here, 16. Outer terms, minus 8x squared. Inner terms, minus 8x squared, so minus 16x squared. And then last terms, negative times negative, positive 4x to the 4th, minus, parentheses, first terms, 9. Outer, minus 3x to the 4th, inner minus 3x to the 4th, so minus 6x to the 4th. And then last terms, negative times negative, positive x to the 8th. So now if we go ahead and collect like terms here, we will have a negative x to the 8th. Well, we want to change signs here, remove the parentheses and change signs. So 16 minus 16x squared plus 4x to the 4th minus 9 plus 6x to the 4th and minus x to the 8th. So we just got the negative x to the 8th, no like terms there. Let's see here, positive 4x to the 4th and a positive 6, so positive 10x to the 4th. And so that takes care of this one and this one and this one. And then let's see, minus 16x squared. And then we've got a positive 16 minus 9, positive 7. So that's our function we're integrating up here. So negative x to the 8th plus 10x to the 4th and minus 16x squared and plus 7 dx. And so this will be 15 over 32. And then our antiderivative, negative x to the 9 over 9 plus, that should be x to the 4th, not 10 to the 4th. 10x to the 4th. So this would be 10 x to the 5th over 5. 5 will cancel into the 10 twice, so a 2x to the 5th minus 16 x cubed over 3 and then plus 7x. And we're evaluating from -1 to 1. So we've got a 15/32. Scoot our work out of the way here. And then let's see here. If we plug in a 1, we will get -1/9 plus 2 times 1 to the 5th, so plus 2 minus 16/3, because 1 cubed is 1, and plus 7. And minus, same thing, plugging in -1. So -1 there will give a negative and another negative, so positive 1/9. -1 to the 5th is negative, so this will be -2. And then -1 cubed is a negative. We'll change that negative to a positive, 16/3. And then -1 times 7, -7. And then if you do the calculator work there, you will actually get 10/3. So our center of gravity here is 0, 10/3. So 0 left and right, 10/3. So that's 3 1/3. We go 3 1/3 up about right there. And that looks about right. We've got these long, thin tails that are balanced out by this region up here. Excellent.